Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my CD collection series. In part 1 I went through all of my Beatles and solo Beatles CDs that I have, and that video got pretty long. For the rest of the series here I'm just going to kind of go through all my CDs, and once I reach maybe 15 or 20 minutes I'll just cut it off there. Otherwise the videos tend to get too long, so we'll get started here with the rest of the stuff that's in my collection. And first off, we have ABBA Gold. This is their greatest hits album. It's a really good album here. And again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to be taking out all the booklets on the CDs. That'll just get too long. Unless there's something I remember that's pretty interesting to look at, we'll take it out. But next up, we have AC/DC, Highway to Hell. Now as we go through my CD collection here, you'll kind of realize that I have a really wide variety of tastes in music. Here's AC/DC again, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. And here is Back in Black. This is the digitally remastered version. Here is the album Who Made Who. This is the official soundtrack from the Stephen King film Maximum Overdrive. Never seen the film, but I really enjoyed the soundtrack anyway. Another thing you'll notice as I go through my CD is that a lot of these jewel cases need to be replaced too. So here's AC/DC's The Razor's Edge. And AC/DC Live. And finally, here we have Stiff Upper Lip. I think this was from around 2000. I remember watching the music videos from this on MTV when they back when they played music videos still. Next up is another really good greatest hits collection, Aerosmith greatest hits 1973 to 88. All the really good early stuff from them. And I got this version, it's got a couple of bonus tracks there too. I used to have this on cassette, and some of these songs weren't on the cassette if I remember right. And I thought for sure I had the more modern Aerosmith Greatest Hits CD, but I must have misplaced that or got rid of it or something. But and here we have the Alabama Shakes, Sound and Color. I think this is their second album. I don't have their first one, but this one's got two CDs. One is the album, and I think this is just a few live tracks. And back from my high school days, here's a CD single for Alien Ant Farm. It's got Smooth Criminal, and there's the song Movies. And again, those are songs that were on MTV when I was in high school. This is an enhanced CD. I think the music videos are actually on this CD as well. So, and here we have the Allman Brothers Band, A Decade of Hits. I tend to have a lot of greatest hits collections in my CD collection here. And Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Classics Volume 1. I think this is a A&M Records series, like Volume 1 is the first in the series. I think I have, if I remember right, if I go down the line here, I think there might be a Supertramp CD in that series as well. I don't know how many of those were released, but here's America's Greatest Hits History, produced by George Martin. A lot of good songs on this one. And here we have John Anderson, Greatest Hits, kind of a late 70s, early 80s country singer. Probably all know the song Swingin'. And I probably should have included this in my Beatles CDs, but I kind of forgot I had it up there in the A's. This is Chet Atkins, Picks on the Beatles. I looked all over for this. I'm always looking for this on vinyl, but I can never find it in good shape. It's always really worn. So I decided to get it on CD, so I actually had the songs. And it's a really fun album too, and on the back here you can see George Harrison did the liner notes for it, which is really interesting. And then we get to the B-52s, another greatest hits collection. See, a lot of bands like the B-52s and stuff like that, it's greatest hits, that's pretty much all I need. I don't need a lot of their albums and things like that. And here we have the Best of Badfinger. Could be wrong, but I think this is a really hard CD to find nowadays. I'm sure it's definitely out of print. It's from 1994. But this one kind of got me into Badfinger and all their Apple stuff there. It's a really good CD, if you can find it. And here's the band, Greatest Hits. And this one here, Band of Skulls is the name of the band. It's a woman and two guys are the band. If I remember right, my brother ordered this and got two of them by mistake, and he decided to give me one, and I actually really enjoy this album. I don't know if they have any other albums out or not. I've never bothered to check, but I really like this one, so that was a good find there. Here we have the Best of Bachman Turner Overdrive. This is one of the 20th Century Masters series. Sometimes these are really good greatest hits sets, and sometimes they're not that great, but I think usually they got most of the big hits that you remember, or that you want anyway. And this one here is the original Bad Company Anthology. This is a 2-disc set. And I'll just take this out here. It's got some pictures and stuff in here. And it's got this book included here as well. It's kind of interesting to read through. One thing that's kind of cool here is they got the lineup, and all the different members and when they were part of the band there. Kind of gives the history in the front, and then the back is just the lyrics for all the songs. So, if you like Bad Company, this is a really good collection to get. I really enjoy that one. Okay, now this next stack I got here is all Beach Boys stuff. We'll start with these. I picked up all of the twofer CDs. So they have 2 albums on 1 CD, which is a good way to get all your Beach Boys albums in one place. I was able to, I won the whole set on eBay at one point, so got them all in one swing. I think originally these were released in 1990, and then I'm not sure, they might have gone out of print, but then they were re-released again in around 2000. They're all digitally remastered. So here we have Surfer Girl and Shut Down Volume 2. And on this one we got Little Deuce Coupe and All Summer Long. And most of them have bonus tracks as well. So I just kind of threw this one in the mix there, the Beach Boys Christmas album. And here we have the Beach Boys Today and Summer Days and Summer Nights. And here's Beach Boys Party along with Stack of Tracks. That's all instrumental, like the backing tracks for some of their hit songs. So if you like karaoke, then you can sing along with the Beach Boys on that one. Here's Smiley Smile along with Wild Honey. Next we have Friends with 2020. And here is Sunflower along with Surf's Up. Now I think these later ones, they weren't originally released in the early 90s, so these only came out in around 2000. So, and next up we have Carl and the Passions, So Tough, along with, I think this one's broken, Holland. And this is the only one in the set that is actually a 2 CD. And I believe the reason for that is on the Holland, let's see. Yeah, on the Holland album, there's this Mount Vernon and Fairway fairy tale thing. And I'm assuming that was just made it too long to include on one CD, so they split it up into 2 CDs for this one. And next is 15 Big Ones, along with Beach Boys Love You. And the final one, I think, for the 2 first, I think this is all of them. I got the Beach Boys concert along with the Beach Boys live in London. So I don't think I'm missing any of the 2 for Beach Boys albums here, but if I am, you can be sure and leave a comment below and let me know. And then here's one of the remastered Surfer Girl CDs. Got both mono and stereo. Got kind of the rainbow label there. And these lovely digipacks, don't you just love those? And I also got the remastered Beach Boys Party. I think all of these remastered ones I got for gifts, so I never actually bought them myself. Again, these all have the mono and stereo versions of the albums. And the last one of those is Pet Sounds. I have so many versions of Pet Sounds, it's crazy. And this is a Beach Boys Party that's called Uncovered and Unplugged. This has just got a lot, I think it's a 2 CD set. It's got a lot of outtakes and studio sessions. It's got the whole, I think it's got the whole album without all the like the party atmosphere, which was added in later. So it's kind of interesting to hear the album that way. Yeah, this is 2 CDs, so. And here we have their final album, The Beach Boys, That's Why God Made the Radio. And this CD case is broke too, but See, if these cases go bad, you just buy a new case and you can replace everything. With the Digipack ones, the cardboard ones, once they're wrecked, they're wrecked. I decided to throw this in here. I don't remember if I've shown this in another video or not. This came along with all the two first CDs I got. The person threw this in there as well. This is the smaller version of the Smile Sessions. It's got a little button here. And let's see, what else has it all got in here? It's got a big poster of the Smile album cover. And this must be, let's see, disc 2 Sessions. And here's the actual album, maybe. And then it's got the booklet as well. If you look back in my very, very early videos, I do have a full video of the big complete Smile Sessions box set. So it's kind of nice that they threw this in with the other Beach Boys CDs. And here we have the Beach Boys Ultimate Christmas. Now, to me, this is the best Beach Boys Christmas CD you can get. It's got their first, their early 60s Beach Boys Christmas album. And then in the 70s, they were going to put out another Christmas album, but it never came to be. So this has got all the tracks from that were never released. And there's a couple interviews and messages and things thrown on there too. This CD is out of print. It's been re-released in different formats, but I think the ones that were re-released, they're missing some tracks, but they're all on this one. So if you can find this CD, be sure and pick that one up, because this is a really good one. Now, I think the rest of these I might have shown in another video, so I'll just go through them real quick here. This is the Beach Boys Stars and Stripes. It's called Volume 1. There was never any other volumes along after this, because I don't think this album sold very well. It's basically just a lot of different country artists of the time recording Beach Boys songs with the Beach Boys as the backing band. There's a couple on there I like, but otherwise it's kind of not that great. And this is the first Beach Boys Greatest Hits CD that I ever owned. It's made, let's see, is it? Yeah, made in USA. And yeah, I think the rest of these I've shown in another video, but here's Sounds of Summer. Got 30 summer Beach Boys songs, along with the broken case. And Summer Love Songs. Got another 20 greatest hits there. Warmth of the Sun. Let's see, 28 greatest hits there. This one is, it's called 1967, Sunshine Tomorrow. This is a lot of studio sessions from the Wild Honey era and the Smiley Smile. I got live in Hollywood. If you really like the Beach Boys and all their different sessions for their albums, this is a really good one to pick up. They did have a couple more for, I think, 68, and I don't know if they did one for 69 yet, but those were not released on CD. Those were only digitally released. You can stream those on Amazon or somewhere else, I'm sure. And here's Greatest Hits Volume 1. I remember I had this on cassette when I was younger. I listened to that a lot. There's 20 greatest hits there. And then they followed that up with Volume 2. 20 more greatest hits. And then this is kind of a Volume 3. Yeah, Greatest Hits Volume 3. This is their later years, the Brother Records years. You get enough greatest hits of the Beach Boys? Not yet. We got the Beach Boys 50 Big Ones greatest hits. This is in recognition of their 50th anniversary. I think there's a smaller set of this as well. It doesn't have 50 songs on it, but it's got maybe just one CD worth of songs. Let's focus. And we got a few goodies in here as well. And we got the one CD there. Kind of a cool CD design, I think. And then here we got another CD. Guess that was just one. And then it's also got a booklet. And then it comes with all these different postcards. And like I said, I'm going to cut these videos into about 20 minutes. This is a little over 20 minutes for this one, but I wanted to get through all the Beach Boys stuff that I had there. So I will end part 2 here, and then we'll start up again with part 3 in the next video. So take care, and I look forward to seeing you there.